Hey all, John aka Whisky and Sound, and I'm back with another episode of Boilermaker Mondays. Now, we've all been down this path, and um, and it's not that we regret it, but it usually catches you off guard. So this is why I'm gonna start doing probably the next 3 episodes. We've got a form of spirits subscription, one way or another. Whether you're joined up to the Whiskey Club, Single Malt Whiskey Club, or the Rum Club, or the Rum Diary, no, not the Rum Diary, the Rum Tribe, and any other subscription basis that you have where you may have forgotten to opt out and you're like, shit, now what do I do? Well, this is where hopefully I can save everyone something here. So the first one that I'm going to come up with, which I will admit I was on the fence about opting opting for this one. So Paul John Port. So this is a no age statement which hails in at 52.3% from India, and this is one of their first. Actually, this is their first batch that they've done where they've used, I believe, vintage and tawny and vintage port casks to be vatted together to form this little beast here. I do say little beast. It is one that you either need to add a little bit of water or give it some air, plenty of air. So I've had some Paul John in the past, and yeah, I've been impressed with it. It's been good. Is it my usual go-to? No. So, but nevertheless, I mean, lately I've dabbled with the Amrut's Spectrum, and that's been some phenomenal whiskey. So I'm very open-minded whenever it comes to Indian single malt. So that's why I do not have a problem with it. But it was one that I thought, yeah, no worries, I'll see what happens. But anyway, moral of the story was I forgot to opt out of this particular one. And but I have it, I'm going to be working with it. So on the nose, you are a bit of, it's heaps of berries, heaps of blackberries, and loads of spice, wood-driven spice. I will say that. So some chocolate nuts are coming through. It starts to get a bit more sweeter on the berry side as well. Some citrus notes that come through. Yeah, this definitely needs airtime. Definitely needs airtime. Sorry, I'm getting a little with my tongue in mouth at the moment. So. Right, so my initial thought to pair this back with something is, let's have a taste first. Wow. Oh wow, that's just boom, explosion of flavour. That is quite robust, very robust. Yeah, right, that's got a smoky element to it too. Right, this could go a few ways. I think what I might do is I want to muck around with this. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can tame it with something. Let's go contrast with this. So I'm thinking sweet and spicy, or sweet and smoky, or sour and smoky, sour and sweet, sweet and sour, sour and spicy. Either way, I'm going to try a particular. But where are you? Thank you. There you are. So, Hope Estate Brewery, or Hope Brewery, I should say, which is out in New South Wales. Whereabouts are they exactly? Pokelbin, Hunter Valley, New South Wales. So they've come out with a Imperial Raspberry Sour, which is a Berlin White fruited. So, and being Imperial strength, it is 7%. So, bit of a beast. I've had this before, and it's pretty solid. So, I'm going to see how this one goes. And if all goes right, this is going to work quite lovely. So, yeah, look at the colour on that. So basically sour beer, raspberry syrup in the mix, and pumped up to Imperial Stout. All right. So if all goes right, this should work well. And if it does, and if it doesn't work, I got a beast of a bloody Boilermaker. 7%, 52.3. I'm in for a good time either way. So definitely not one of my lighter Boilermakers. Right. I'm going to give this a sip first. Oh, now this sour isn't a punch you in the face kind of, suck in your face because it's that sour. This is actually really, really well put together, this raspberry stout, raspberry sour. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You bastard. Contemplating whether or not I trim my mow or not, because I've been so used to not having the mow, it's come back with a vengeance. So, raspberry sour with a hint of mow. Anyway, so, it's more like you know what? I like to compare it to almost like a chilled wine that you have. Yeah, like almost like a wine cooler. Yeah, something along those lines, where it's sweet and it's just got like a nice tang to it. It's not full blown sour in your face. It's actually really nice, and it's dangerous to think that you're drinking a 7% beer. So, 7% sour, I should say. So on that note, I'm thinking you should really. I'm almost thinking it might even complement this Paul John. Who knows? It might actually. It could even work with a cut because it's Imperial strength. It may pipe down the smoke. Change it like the sour might go opposite with the smokiness of it. So who knows? We're going to find out in a second. Hopefully my pick is right on this particular pairing. So let's see what happens. And if you do hear my wife in the background talking with a high-pitched voice, my little one's just woken up. So that's all that is. Right. Oh, yeah, the nose is really opened up now. Just that little bit of airtime as it was. And that is rich. It is decadent. Yeah, this should work really nice. I think it's almost going to go down the path of complimentary, but let's have a look. Mm. Oh, wow, that's just really refreshing. That is such a refreshing Boilermaker. Yeah. I think that acted more like a cut because the smoke disappeared a little bit more on the. This was probably a bit too much on the like on the beer wash. This did overpower this, funnily enough, considering that this is quite a big whiskey to begin with. So let's see if we can go down. I think beer wash and whiskey rinse is going to be the way to go with this particular one. But who knows? I might revisit whiskey wash, beer rinse after I've done this way around. So let's go beer wash, whiskey rinse. Right, big mouthful. You done exactly what I thought you were going to do. You actually cut the smoke right out. Oh, rich port notes. Bloody hell, that is so good. So good. Really good. Bloody hell, this is such an easy Boilermaker. Bloody hell, it is so good. Oh, what a finish. It keeps going. Keeps going. That's so... Oh. Bloody hell, yeah. Oh, boy. That's so good. Yeah, I'm such a fan of that. That's worked out probably a little bit better than I anticipated. So, yeah, that's just fruit explosion. But just rich berries, just smack in your face. That is so good. All right. Now that I've got that... Actually, I'm going to have some water first. Probably the wiser choice to do. So... Right. Man, I'd almost have some ice cream with this, to be honest. But anyway, let's go back to whiskey wash, beer rinse, and see how it behaves now that they've been on my palate for a bit now. So Palate's well acquainted. Let's reacquaint. This is actually starting to get a bit better. So I'm actually glad that I opted for this. So yeah, this is really nice whiskey. Mm. Yeah, right. That intensified the sour. Not in a bad way. In a good way. It's still like this particular sour element. Like I've tried some sours that have just been a bit too. Yeah, no, no, not right. That's a very approachable beer as far as easy drinking, um, not overly sour, not like, and not disgustingly sweet. But yeah, that's raspberry cordial. That's what that feels like. Or if you made like a raspberry wine of some sort. No, anyway, not going to go down that path. Either way, this pairing works. So I've managed to save my butt. It just means I've got to get more of these. So Paul John, and this is a hit. Or if you get your hands on like just any like a berry-based sour, that'll work really well because the sour note is going to cut that smokiness out and just really intensify the richness from the berries. So yeah, that was a win. So thank you all for joining me on that one, and I will catch you guys on the next non or forgetting to opt out butt saver. I'll see you then. Catch you next week.